Hi everyone! Today is Wednesday, June 8th. Do you know today is National Iced Tea Day? Refreshing! On this fine Wednesday, we'll be talking about how Serena Williams is getting back into tennis after a nearly 4-year break, a new study about how light pollution makes allergy season even worse, and how a major setback is having an effect on the Artemis III space mission to the moon. My name is Lily, and this is Newsicle.
Wake up, tune in, it's time to know what's happening fast, what's moving slow. Stories big and stories small, it's Newsicle, we've got it all. Smart news, cool views, this is Newsicle.
Top stories.
NASA has just announced the crew for the Artemis III mission. This is one of the most exciting space missions in decades, and it's set for 2027. The crew includes 4 astronauts. First up is Andre Douglas, who will be making his very first trip to space. Then there's Frank Rubio, a record-setting astronaut who has also completed an incredible 650 skydives in his lifetime. Randy Bresnik, an experienced test pilot, will serve as commander of the mission. And rounding out the crew is Italian astronaut Luca Parmitano, representing the European Space Agency. So what is Artemis III actually doing? It's a critical test flight. The goal is to see how NASA's Orion spacecraft docks with a lunar lander in orbit. Think of it as a dress rehearsal before astronauts actually walk the moon. But the mission is facing a big challenge. Back in May, Blue Origin's New Glenn rocket exploded on a launch pad in Florida. It was one of the largest rocket explosions in U.S. history. The rocket was destroyed and the launch pad was badly damaged. Luckily, no one was hurt. That rocket was supposed to carry Blue Origin's Blue Moon lunar lander, a key part of the mission. Blue Origin says it hopes to be flying again by the end of the year. NASA is also looking at using SpaceX's Starship as a backup lander, but the timeline is uncertain.
Top story number 2.
Next, do you have allergies during spring? I definitely do. The sneezing, runny nose, and itchy eyes are really annoying. Spring allergies are caused by pollen, which is a fine, powdery, often yellow dust made by flowers, trees, and grasses. Well, if your allergies have been getting worse lately, there might be a surprising reason. A new study published found that light pollution is causing plants to produce pollen for longer periods of time, and that our over-reliance on artificial light at night is making the season even longer. Researchers focused on the northeast United States using nighttime light data collected from satellites alongside airborne pollen counts. They found that in cities like New York and Philadelphia, pollen season now starts earlier and ends later than it does in rural areas. In New York, pollen typically begins before March 1st, while in rural Connecticut, it doesn't kick in until more than a month later. Light pollution is more widespread than most people realize. Around 80% of North Americans can no longer see the Milky Way at night, thanks to streetlights, vehicle headlights, and illuminated billboards lining our highways. Of course, we need electricity and light to function, but maybe not quite as much as we're currently using. In the meantime, if you have allergies like me, remember to take your medicine and bring extra tissues.
Top story number 3.
Tennis superstar Serena Williams is back, and the tennis world couldn't be more ready for it. Nearly 4 years after her last competitive match, the 23-time Grand Slam champion is returning to the court at the HSBC Championships at Queen's Club in London. At 44 years old, she'll be competing in women's doubles alongside 19-year-old Canadian rising star Victoria Mboko. currently ranked world number 9. Williams never technically retired. After losing the third round of the 2022 US Open, she said she would be evolving away from tennis, a phrase many took as a goodbye. It turns out it was just a long pause. Together with her sister Venus, Serena formed one of the sport's most iconic partnerships, winning 14 Grand Slam double titles and 3 Olympic gold medals. Serena says she doesn't have anything to prove, and after everything she's accomplished, she's right. Joke time! This joke comes from Hattie in Denver. How did the pebble put the baby pebble to bed? It rocked it. Wow, thanks, Hattie. Everyone has such funny jokes. Remember, if you want to submit a joke, go to newsicle.co and I'll shout you out. Thanks for listening, and remember to tune in tomorrow.